They are side by side through turn 3 and 4. The Deep Fried 75 here at Duck River with the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. We are green. Mike Marlar with a good jump from turn 1 and 2. Field fans off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. 2 and 3 abreast all over the back straightaway. Mike Marlar leads lap number 1. Second is Trey Mills. Oh, we got a big pile up in turn number 4. Cars are going everywhere. It is a parking lot at the bottom of turn number 4. Dalton Cook, Heath Heineman, Jay Scott, and Sam Seawright. Side by side through turn 3 and 4. It's time to hunt the front. The Deep Fried 75 is back green here at Duck River. Oh, up the racetrack on top of the cushion went Trey Mills. That allows Frame and Joyner to try to bypass. Now he's going to battle back on the outside. He'll pass Joyner back and he'll claim third, but Trey Mills did not get through turn 1 and 2 that time. Marlar is showing the way down the back straightaway. Frame is going to try to chase him down. Now here comes Freeman. Freeman underneath of Mills after getting by Joyner. Got a fast racetrack here at Duck River. Marlar, Frame, side by side for third. Up the racetrack over the cushion, losing positions is Joyner. Freeman slides up in front of Trey Mills. He'll take third. One car slowing at the top of turn number 4, bringing out a Panama City Cycles caution flag. Here on lap number 4 is the 10 of Matt Cooper. Mike Marlar's going to lead this field into the start box in turn 4. He can fire. He'll do so at the cone, and we are back underway. And Freeman with the early jump there. He's got the run off of turn 2. He'll go to second. He liked that outside, and he took it. Frame immediately goes to the outside, but here comes the Mac Daddy. Dale McDowell, 3 wide for third. Give it to McDowell at the line. Now he's going to set sail after Peyton Freeman. McDowell knows how to get around a racetrack such as Duck River. He also knows how to conserve his equipment, one of the best in the country on a long race such as a 75-lapper. As Marlar continues to lead, Peyton Freeman second, third is Dale McDowell. You see McDowell closing in on Peyton. Peyton's up there on the top side of the racetrack. You've seen him run right through that character. We'll see if he can do that for 75 laps in a row. As McDowell taking care of his equipment right there on the bottom. They are side by side for fourth spot, Frame and Mills. Tidmore riding back there in 6th. Now that's a three-car battle for the 6th, 7th, and 8th position that you're watching. It's Dylan Tidmore on the outside, Joyner on the inside. Joyner started 4th, has fallen all the way back to the 7th position. Now he's going to try to close back in and pass Dylan Tidmore. They are 2 by 2 by 2 from about middle of the pack all the way back. Meanwhile, pressure coming on your second running, Peyton Freeman. Here comes Dale McDowell looking to the inside. He's going to make Freeman work for it on the outside. Freeman's committed to doing so. Also, Trey Mills trying to get around Jaden Frame. So a battle for second shaping up and a battle for fourth. Now a battle for 6th. They're door to door. Joyner on the bottom. Tidmore on the outside. Give it to Joyner briefly, but Tidmore fighting back hard on the outside. Man, we've got racing all over the Duck River Raceway Park. Joyner slides in front of Tidmore off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Your race leader, Mike Marlar, with a 1.8 second advantage here on lap number 11, has worked in to the tail end of the field. He's caught the lap traffic. He's got Jason Croft and Bo Slay running side by side in front of him. Oh, one car spins to the bottom of turn number 1 on his own. Is Tyler Millwood around at the bottom of turn number 1. And another Panama City Cycles caution flag flies here on this field. So both these drivers going to have a good opportunity to see if they can get up there and contend for this one with Mike Marlar as we go back to green. Oh, McDowell on the bottom, head of steam. Oh, bouncing over the cushion. Down the back straightaway is Freeman. Can the race car take that abuse for 75 laps as now he'll cross it over on McDowell, and to the top goes the Mac Daddy. He'll give the young gun the room as the veteran keeps it on the outside and uses that momentum to go back to second and immediately back to the bottom in 3 and 4. So Dale McDowell now in second. See what he does in turn 1. He goes back to the middle, bottom of the racetrack. Now Marlar up the top of the racetrack. Boy, these guys really want to get in on the outside in turn one. If they can get through the rough there, if they hit it just right, they have a heck of a run coming off of turn two. If they don't hit it right, they've got all kind of issues all the way through the corner, and that slows them down tremendously. So, racetrack with character here at Duck River. It's phenomenal racing all over. 2, 3 abreast as Mike Marlar continues to lead. They are 3 wide. I see Harris, Rickman, and Hanger 3 wide as the caution flag flies off of turn number 2. Look out, Heath Hyndman. Oh my goodness. Ahead of steam did your race leader Mike Marlar have as the slowing and exiting Heath Hyndman. So it's good to have both Mike and Dale with the Hunt the Front stars here tonight. We are back green with 15 laps complete. The Deep Pride 75 is 60 laps away from a $20,000 winner. Dowell and Freeman. Boy, Freeman just at the top of the racetrack in turn 2 really upsets his car, but he's staying with it. He's committed to the top part of the racetrack. He's fighting hard with McDowell, who's committed to the bottom. We saw him briefly go to the top earlier in experiment, and he went right back to the bottom. Give Peyton Freeman the second position as he works into turn 3. Don't think McDowell's going to go away, though. He puts it right back in there this time. It's Freeman over McDowell, Frame over Mills. Boy, Freeman and McDowell, if it wasn't for Mike Marlar right now, we'd be having a heck of a race for the lead in the last 17 laps here as lap number 18 goes on the board. Freeman second, third is McDowell, Jaden Frame fourth, fifth is Trey Mills, Joseph Joyner, Will Harrington, Oak Johns, and Christian Hanger. McDowell gets back around Peyton Freeman coming off of turn 2 that time. Now Freeman says, you know what, you've run well on the bottom, I'm going to try it. Oh, cars in the back of the pack, hang on to it. Scott Cook somehow kept it out of the wall, and we stay green. McDowell back around Freeman for second. Freeman falls back to third. If we can get a long green flag run here, I got to think when your race leader Mike Marlar gets into lap traffic, McDowell's going to close in because he is really married to the middle toward the bottom of the racetrack, and his car handles very well. That Sweet Bloomquist chassis likes his smooth way around a racetrack. He's definitely found it. They've cleaned the top off in turn 1. These guys are getting through turn 1 and 2 much better on the outside than they have been. Same for 3 and 4. We got a really good racetrack starting to take shape here at Duck River. Marlar's about a lap and a half away from catching about 5 cars who are racing 2 and 3 wide in front of him. You see Oakland Johns, Christian Hanger, and Josh Putnam, who finished second here when we were here in July. That is actually a battle for 8th, 9th, and 10th there on your screen. So not the run that Josh Putnam expected to have after the momentum he carried out of here for the midseason break. Marlar's at the tail of the field. He's caught and passed Scott Cook. Now he's got Bo Slay right in front of him. McDowell is still trying to navigate around Scott Cook. Cook's using that outside line. McDowell's using the bottom. Marlar has got 2 lap cars and slower cars side by side in front of him, and John Henderson and Jason Croft. Last time he got to these guys, a timely Panama City Cycles caution flag came out right there as you saw Henderson and Croft squeeze up in front of Marlar, who's going to try to split them both down the back straightaway. He'll pick up 2 cars and put them between himself and second running Dale McDowell. That lead last time was 2.1 seconds. Now it's 2.188, so he extended it just a tad bit. Did Marlar over McDowell. McDowell has 3 lap cars between him and Mike Marlar. Well, this is Mike Marlar's show so far. The question is he running hard as he completes lap 29, or is he riding? I can tell you McDowell's doing just enough to get through. As second running McDowell, third is Peyton Freeman, fourth Jaden Frame, and now we've got a battle for 5th. He had fallen as far back as 8th at one point. Now Joseph Joyner has found the high side and crosses over Trey Mills. A little bit of elbow off into turn number 1, but he kept it clean, and it bypasses Trey Mills. Boy, Joseph Joyner's found something in the 10 car as he is starting to march back toward the front after starting 4th, falling all the way back to around the 8th position. He now runs inside the top 5 here on lap 30. Joyner has got some speed on that car. Can he catch Frame? Can he catch Freeman? Frame is closed in on the back of Freeman as Marlar continues to navigate lap traffic, as does McDowell. You're not missing anything up front. That's the car on your screen that is moving, and That's the 10 car. You'll see the F8 of Jaden Frame come into the picture here momentarily. As Joyner is starting to close in. Now Trey Mills, Will Harrington. Here comes Putnam. He's gotten by Oakley Johns and 29. Of Hanger. We got 2 and 3 wide racing. Here comes Harrington putting pressure on Trey Mills. Leader Mike Marlar still in heavy lap traffic, but he's navigating it so far. 3 lap cars between him and McDowell. That's about a straightaway distance between those two. Here comes a 3-car battle for third. Peyton Freeman, Jaden Frame, and Joseph Joyner, all within striking distance of one another. They go off into turn 1. Frame on the bottom, Joyner on the bottom, Freeman on the outside, side by side down the back straightaway. Hold on, John Henderson, as here comes Peyton Freeman. He's going to use the outside line to get around Henderson. That's going to go up the racetrack with Frame, upset the race car as he went to the rough. Frame's car did not like that entry into turn 1, but that's how he's having to get around. John Henderson is now Joseph Joyner is closed in. Is right there, looking beneath Frame. Henderson, the slow car, doing exactly what he should, running the same line lap after lap. These guys have got to find a way around, and they are doing so. Up to the top goes Frame. Again, that car just did not like the high entry into turn 1. He got a little better entry that time. Here comes Joyner. Joyner's going to be right there if Frame's not careful. Joyner slips up, just as I was about to say, if Frame slips up, Joyner's going to bypass him. Now, Joyner's got to worry about Mills, who's got Harrington and Putnam. Imagine that. Top 2 in the points are now, once again, front to back on the racetrack. Oh, Putnam's right there. Harrington knows he's there. Now Putnam's going to put the blue nose to the outside. Oh, off into turn number 1. A little shot in the rear. Did Putnam give the 19 of Harrington? Harrington came up the racetrack in front of Putnam. These guys got history with each other all year long. You saw it culminate in some victory lane words and interviews last year. Oh, they're side by side as they get off into turn number 3. They make contact. Slow cars are right there. Putnam's trying to muscle his way by Harrington. These guys have got no idea, does the 2X of Henderson and the 2 of Mullinax, to know what's going on behind them. Now, battle for third heats up here as Frame has gotten around Freeman. Here comes Joyner off of turn 2. As Frame on the outside got around the F1 of Freeman. Now Freeman goes back to the top. On lap 45, Mike Marlar continues to lead. He's in heavy lap traffic, but he's got no pressure whatsoever, as he's about a half a track almost in front of Dale McDowell. Third is Frame, 4th is Peyton Freeman, Joseph Joyner, Trey Mills, Josh Putnam, Will Harrington, Christian Hanger, and Oakley Johns, your top 10. There you see Freeman, Joyner, and the 14 of Mills. They've got Putnam, they've got Harrington. That is a heck of a points race right there. All those drivers, Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series point followers. Every position matters in a season-long chase. As Marlar has lapped all the way up, he's got Harrington 8th place in his crosshairs. As we've got a double box there, you see the battle on the right side of your screen. That's been a heck of a battle all race. Mills, Joyner, Freeman, Frame, they've all been back and forth. And then you've got not too far behind them as your race leader, Mike Marlar, who's lapping the 8th position currently on lap 50. 50 laps now completed, 25 laps to go in the deep fried 75. And it's Mike Marlar's world. We're just living in it. As he is, man, what a battle here. Freeman, Joyner, all right there. Freeman in 4th, Joyner in 5th. Trey Mills is 6th, 7th is Josh Putnam, 8th is Christian Hanger, 9th is Will Harrington, and there's your race leader, Mike Marlar, right there. Man, what a battle we've got here. As Frame is broken away from this group, Joyner Really trying to find a way around the F1 of Freeman. As 53 laps are now completed, here comes Joyner trying again to look underneath of Freeman. 14 of Mills on the outside. Here comes Hanger. Hanger's found something as well, as now the race leader is right there. Again, that is a battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. All right there within one car of each other. And then your race leader, Mike Marlar, right there. Joyner gets around Freeman, see what he can do. Can he chase down Frame? As right now, it's all a race to see who's going to come out in the top 5, as it's Mike Marlar's race to lose. He'll go to the outside of Hanger, put him a lap down. The man who started 22nd in the World of Outlaws at Ponderosa a few weeks ago and charged in a 50-lap race to the win has the opportunity to lap the field in a 75-lap race at Duck River. As Scott Cook slows at the top of turn 2. And the caution flag is out. $20,000 deep fried 75. We are back underway. Green flag is in the air. 19 laps remaining. Frame, for a moment, has the spot over McDowell. We've seen this happen a couple of times to McDowell on the initial restarts. He'll fight hard back on the bottom, but Frame now second place over the Mac Daddy Dale McDowell. Trey Mills fighting hard on the outside of Joyner. That battle is for 4th. Sprint to the finish here, as we have just 15 laps that will remain this time by for your race leader, Mike Marlar, looking to pick up his first career Deep Fried 75 feature win. Frame has the second spot over McDowell, who is fighting hard on the bottom. Takes McDowell a handful of laps to get going, but once he gets going on that bottom, that car's really good. Which again, if you've watched Dale McDowell, that's no shock. He's won a lot of races doing exactly what he's done tonight, being patient, saving his stuff, running the bottom of the racetrack, and right now he's fighting hard with Jaden Frame for second. Frame has no doubt run harder throughout the duration of this race than McDowell, and they are side by side down the back straightaway. Frame on the outside, McDowell on the bottom. He'll slide up. McDowell just so clean racing. So he gave him plenty of room there, but is going to make the pass stick anyway. Off of turn 2, Frame not going to have enough to motor back underneath. He didn't have enough momentum there as he ran the middle through turn 1 and 2 that time. He'll start to go to the bottom. As Marlar, over the cushion at the top of turn number 2, but when you have a 4-second lead, you can afford to do something like that. No harm, no foul. He's back. He's back to the tail end of the field once again. There you see Marlar working in to the back of the field once again. These guys have seen more of Mike Marlar than they've seen of the cars in front of him, as he will once again start to put drivers another lap down there at the tail of the field. McDowell second, Jaden Frame third, Joyner's fourth. Joyner would love to be on the podium. He needs a podium finish. Again, just crazy to think he led the first 22 laps of the season, hasn't led a feature race despite leading all other drivers on the tour with the most heat race wins this season. Picked up his 5th heat race win tonight. Started 4th. He has not had any luck in the Jericho Transmissions redraw, to say the least. Trey Mills is back there in the 5th position. Josh Putnam, Christian Hanger, they're 6th and 7th. So we will have 5 laps to go for Mike Marlar this time by. Again, this lead, this dominating performance, not an indictment on this racetrack. We've had a really good racetrack here. As Frame is having some trouble trying to get through lap traffic, that's going to allow Joseph Joyner to close in. As Peyton Freeman pulls off the pace to the infield, his night is done. Driver who ran in the top 3 early, looking for a podium run, has pulled out. He lost several spots in the last 2 laps before the most recent caution. And he has pulled to the infield. His night is done. Frame with trouble trying to get around John Henderson. That's going to open the door for Joyner. That's the battle on the racetrack right now for the third position. As Frame has used Henderson to cushion himself from Joyner momentarily. Joyner will try to work around as Mike Marlar works into turn number 2. And through 3 and 4, he'll see the white flag, this time by Mike Marlar. Works into turn 1. And down the back straightaway. It's been a dominating performance. He led all 75 laps to win his first Deep Fried 75. Mike Marlar finds the front at Duck River and wins $20,000 here in the Deep Fried 75.